without any interference of man, and adapt themselves to the limitations of natural environment, whatever the adaptations they have to do. That is, if the availability of water is less or sunlight is less, so they adapt themselves and survive in that atmosphere. And left undisturbed by humans for a long time is called natural vegetation. And they are left undisturbed means they are not disturbed by the humans for a very long time. That is natural vegetation. The natural growth of plants, shrubs, trees, scrub, creepers, and grass in a region is known as forest. Now, what is a forest? The natural growth of plants, shrubs means very small, trees means you all know trees are little bigger one. Creepers you all know they are growing on the ground. They creep, and grass also you all know. So these are the elements. These are present in the forest. Forest consists of all those plants, shrubs, trees, and all these things. Now, forests are the natural habitat of animal and birds. So the animals and birds uh, they are living in the forest. So they are natural habitat of animals and birds live in the forest. They help in maintaining the balance of the environment, and forest is very important. They help in maintaining the balance of the environment. Why? Because if forests are there, then only the animals and plants can live over there, and that balance between the humans and the other elements of environment, that is the trees, vegetation, flora and fauna, will be balanced. So forests play very important role to maintain the balance of the environment. The growth of natural vegetation depends on two important factors, and those factors are sunlight and rainfall. Topography, climate, and soil also affect vegetation. You all know vegetation is what? Vegetation is the plants and trees. So, for that growth of natural vegetation, factors like sunlight and rainfall is very important. And topology means the land formation, the climate, the soil also affect the vegetation. Density of tree and type of vegetation, that is forest, change according to the changes in these factors, climate. So the density of the tree means what? How thick the forest is, or the forest is having very spare trees, or it is very dense forest means very many trees are there very close to each other. So that depends upon the climate. Depending on the vegetation and types of forest, types of wildlife also differ. So depending on the vegetation, so how the forest is, on that only the wildlife is also depending. So how the forest is, that type of wildlife you will see in the that forest. Now see Brazil vegetation. In Brazil, rainfall varies due to physiography. So rainfall, in Brazil, the rainfall is varies. It varies from place to place. In most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year, and in equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. As one moves away from the equator, the number of rainy days as well as the amount of rainfall reduces. As you move away from the equator, the rainy days and the amount of rainfall also reduces. This affects the life cycle of vegetation too. So, uh, if the rainfall is more, then the vegetation will be more, that the forest will be more dense. So, it depends upon the rain. So, we will see now what type of forests are found in the Brazil. The first type of forest we'll see in the Brazil is that is the equatorial forest. It is also known as evergreen forest or tropical rainforest. So now, due to the abundant sunlight and sufficient rainfall, we find evergreen forest in the Amazon basin. So because of abundant means sufficient sunlight is there, sufficient rainfall is there. So evergreen forest we can see in the Amazon basin. They receive more than 2000 millimeter of rainfall. There is a thick growth of vegetation because of hot and humid climate. So thick growth of vegetation is there. These forests consist of tall trees with broad leaves. So how the trees are very tall and they have the broad leaves. The tree density is so high that they have to compete in order to get sunlight. Means they are the density means there are many trees. Okay, very thick thick growth, you can say, very thick forest it is, and they have to compete with each other to get the sunlight. So they grow taller. So in search of sunlight, they grow some trees are as tall as 90 meters. Some trees you can as 90 meters. Sunlight does not reach the ground as branches of trees block its penetration. And because of this competition among themselves to reach to get the sunlight, because of that, the ground cannot, sunlight cannot penetrate to this thick forest, to these trees. So the very little light is getting penetrated on the towards the ground. Therefore, it is dark in the lower portion of the forest. As a result, one finds only parasite plants in this zone. Because of that, only parasite plants you can see on the ground. Rubber, Mahogonia, rosewood, Pau Brazil, etc. are found here. So, which are the trees found over here? Rubber, Mahogonia, rosewood, Pau Brazil. These are the trees found over here. There are as many as 40,000 species of orchids in this forest. So 40,000 different types of orchids you can find in this forest. Hardwood of the trees, marshes, unhealthy and sickly climate, innumerable insects, frequent floods, lack of transport routes, etc. are the factors due to which commercial utilization of this place has limitation. So, in spite of all these, many trees are there. So, but the factors like land is marshy, unhealthy it is, and very sickly climate. The climate is not good. Because of that, frequently floods are there, and many insects are there. Lack of transportation facility is not there. So, because of that, the commercial utilization of this place has limitation. So, utilization of this place is not taking place due to this factor. Even human settlements are very few in this area because of the availability of their transport and all is not there, climate is not good. So human settlement is also very few in this area. Now we will see the next forest, that is the tropical grassland. These grasslands are called savanna and they occur where rainfall is moderate between 900 to 1500 millimeters. So these grasslands are also called what these grasslands are called savanna grasslands, and they occur where in the moderate and where the rainfall is between 900 to 1500 millimeters. The savanna is a rolling grassland with scattered trees and shrubs. So it is a rolling grassland. You can see it is a grassland and it is very few trees and shrubs you can see. Only grass you can see in this type of forest. You can see in the picture also, there savanna is written and see very few trees are there. Major part is only grass is there. Now the next one is third one, that is the temperate grassland. These are found in the areas receiving 600 to 1200 millimeter of rainfall. They are found in the temperate region and they are called pampas in Brazil. They are found in the temperate region and they are called pampas. Now location, extreme south of Brazil, very extreme south, you can see downside here. The pampas, it is in the red box, it is written downside, that there exists this forest. Their trees are, as these forests are cooler and drier, the grasses here are shorter and less dense than those in the tropical grassland. So here the grasses are shorter and less dense. They are not very much dense over here as compared to the second one we have seen, that is tropical grassland. Trees are almost absent here and trees are not there only, absent. Now the next one is swampy land. Now it is a natural region and the world's largest tropical wetland area. So here the swampy land in Brazil, they are the world's largest tropical wetland area and the world's largest flooded grassland. It is most of the time it is flooded only. The rainfall is between 1000 to 1300 millimeters. And where is the location? Southwest direction. From south towards the west, southwest direction. mostly within the Brazilian state of Mato Grosso do Sul, but it extends into Mato Grosso and portions of Bolivia and Paraguay. So they have told you here they have given the description of in the Brazilian state of Mato Grosso do. It is there and it extends up to the Mato Grosso and the portion of Bolivia and Paraguay also. The next one is the hot deciduous forest. Now here it is found in the rainfall receiving 1000 to 2000 millimeters. Trees are mostly shed their leaves in dry season. They are found in the areas with warm, moist summer and winters are cool. And location, they extend along the Atlantic coast of Brazil. From Rio Grande do Norte state in the north, from the northern part, and southwards to the state of Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo to the Rio Grande do Sul state, and inland as far as Paraguay. So you can remember hot deciduous forest. The trees are found which shade the leaves in dry season, and these are found in the areas with warm, moist summer. Summer is warm and moist, and winters are cool. Now, thorny shrub found in the areas where rainfall is less than 500 millimeters. They are located in dry interior of northeastern Brazil, north and eastern part of Brazil. Castinga white forest vegetation refers to the generally stunted, somewhat sparse and often thorny vegetation. So you can see here that they are stunted means the growth is very limited, and somewhat sparse means very few are there, and thorny vegetation you can see. So you can see in the picture like cactus, the plants are there. These plants require very little water and their growth is stunted. They don't grow. They grow to a limited height only, and very few. They are not dense. 1 year, two means the distance between them is more, and they are thorny. Now we will see the types of forest in India. So the first one is evergreen forest, deciduous forest, then the thorny shrub, the Himalayan forest, and the coastal forest. Now we will see one by one each of. Evergreen forest, or they are also known as tropical rainforest. Now they occur in the region that receive an average of more than 2000 millimeter of rainfall and plenty of sunlight. So they occur where the rainfall is more than 2000 millimeters and plenty of sunlight is there. Availability of sunlight is more. 12% of India is covered with this forest. So you can remember 12% of India is covered with this evergreen forest. These forests are very thick. Their wood is solid, heavy and durable. So these wood of these trees is solid, heavy and very durable. Means long lasting. Maximum biodiversity is found in this forest. So what is now biodiversity? Many vegetation of plants, animals, and microorganisms are seen together in this region. So different types of plants, animals, and microorganisms are seen. So that is called biodiversity. So maximum biodiversity you can find in this forest. These trees have leaves in all seasons. So these trees don't shed the leaves; they have the leaves throughout all the season. Hence, they are called evergreen forest. So they have got the name evergreen because the trees present in this forest never shed their leaves, or means leaves are present almost all season. Now location, where they are located: Western Ghat, Western Coast, part of West Bengal and Orissa, the northeastern states and the Andaman Nicobar Islands have such vegetation. So you can see in the map also, the evergreen forest is colored with a dark green. So you can see in the map, it is Western Ghats, western coast you can see, then parts of West Bengal and Orissa and northern states. You can see in the north also, northeastern states, the Andaman Nicobar islands. You can see here the islands. There also it is found. Now the trees over there found is, you can see in the picture, mahogany, rosewood and rubber. These are the trees found in this forest. Now deciduous forest. Rainfall is between 1000 to 2000 millimeters. They shed their leaves in summer to reduce loss of water to transpiration. So the trees present in this forest shed their leaves in summer season. Why? Because to reduce the loss of water. So through the leaves, the precipitation takes, transpiration takes place, and the water is lost. So they shed their leaves to have the they want the water to retain the water. These cover around 64% of the total forested area of India. So 64% of the total forest area of India is covered by this forest. In India, the area under deciduous forest is larger than any other forest. So in India, deciduous forest is larger than any other forest. These deciduous forests are found mostly all over the India than any other forest. Also called monsoon forest. These are also called as the monsoon forest. Now location. Where they are found? They are found mainly in the eastern part of India, like the northeastern state, north and eastern state. You can see that light green color. So that is the deciduous forest. Along the foothills of Himalayas. So along the foothills of Himalayas also you can see Jharkhand, West Bengal, West Orissa and Chhattisgarh. On the eastern slope of the Western Ghat, rainier parts of the peninsula plant and the plains of Bihar and western Uttar Pradesh. So these are the places where you can find this deciduous forest. The type of trees found here are banyan tree, peepal, uh, teak and bamboo tree. So you can see in the picture the teak tree, then the peepal tree, bamboo and the banyan tree. Now the next one is the thorny shrub. Now these forests are found where the rainfall is less than 500 millimeter and having dry long summers, and they have the summers are very dry. Due to intense heat, evaporation increases. In order to reduce this, the leaves of these trees are small, thorny or waxy. So as rainfall is less over here and also evaporation takes place in the summer season, so in order to reduce this, to overcome this, the trees have the very small leaves and they are thorny or waxy, means wax coat is there. Some have thick stems that store water, and some of the trees have thick, very large, big stems so that they can store the water in that. Their root goes deep down in search of water, and their root grows down in search of water. Now, location where these forests are located. These forests cover rain shadow area of on the Indian plateau, as also some parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, and Haryana. Now, thorny shrubs, you can see they are marked with the gray color. So you can find where they are. They are Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, and Haryana. You can see they are located in those areas. Now, the plants like aloe vera, agave, khejuri, khair, acacia. See the plants. First plant acacia is having very small leaves and thorns are also present over there. Aloe vera, you all know how it is. Then see the trees, khejuri. So this is having a big stem and the leaves are small only, not big. Now the next forest is the coastal forest. They are also known as tidal forest. Now this coastal forest They are found in marshy, swampy, uh, estuaries and lagoons near the coastline and creek, where the climate is humid and the soil is saline. So these forests are found in the marshy, swampy areas and where the near the coastline, near the coast, where the climate is humid and the soil is saline. So because due to the salt present in the soil is saline. The vegetation here is known as mangroves or sundarbans in India. So the vegetation found over here, they are given the name as mangrove or sundarban. In India, it is called as sundarban. The forests have developed in lowland. These forests have developed in the lowlands, the lands that get flooded and submerged under salty water during the high tide. So this is the area where during the high tide, the water is entering over there and for some time the water is there. So these are submerged under the salty water during the high tide. So these are found over there. Mud and silt high tides, the mud and silt is getting accumulated on the coast. It is called the Sundari, the tree that grows abundantly in this region. So why Sundarban? Sundarban is given the name. Why? Because there is a tree called Sundari that only trees maximum of part of the forest. These Sundari trees grown in the forest. The wood of these trees are oily, light, and durable. If it is oily and it is very light also and very durable also. The root of these plants are submerged under water. Root of the plants is submerged under the water. Hollow roots grow out vertically above water so that they can heal. So as the roots are under the water, some hollow roots grow vertically, means upward direction they grow and above the water so that they can breathe. The wood from this tree is used for fuel, means for cooking and all. It is used as fuel and for building small boats, as it is found near the coast. So, making boats, the people over there they use this tree for making small boats. Palm, coconut, agar, and keora, etc. These are the trees found over here. Now, such such vegetation is found almost all along the eastern coast, especially in the large deltas formed by the rivers. So these are found location is where almost along the eastern coast, especially in the large deltas formed by the rivers like Ganga, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri. The most extensive tidal forest in Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. So the most extensive tidal forest. So there is a very big forest where it has covered a very big area. It is in the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta region. West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Kerala, Karnataka, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the places where this forest is found. Mangroves near the coastal region help to protect the coastline from the dashing waves. So this forest grows near the coastline region. So it helps to protect the coastline. How? As the dashing waves are as the waves are coming and dashing the coastline because of this forest that is protected. The coastline is protected. Now you can see the Sundari tree. See that is the root is under the water and some roots are up. And here you can see the palm trees. They are growing near the coastline. Now the next one is the Himalayan forest. They are also known as mountain forests. Now the Himalayan forests are also known as mountain forests. The forests in the Himalayas vary as per the height of ranges Hence, the type of vegetation also varies. So, the forest found in Himalayas, they differ according to the height of the ranges, means height of the hills, height of the mountains, how the height is of that mountain. So, on that particular mountain, that type of vegetation is found. On the snow-capped peak, many flowering plants sprout when the snow melts. So, the peak which is covered with the snow, and when the snow melts, then many flowering plants sprout over there. They are small in height and their lifespan is about 1 to 2 months. So they are very short in height and their lifespan is very few. That is 1 to 2 months. Only 2 months they grow and they bear the flowers also that time. At a lower height, these uh, lower lower height than these peaks, at medium height, coniferous trees like pine, deodar, and fir are found. So the highest one are having the snows and these flowering plants grow there. Then lower the ranges which are having the peak which are having height less than those. So at medium height you can say there are coniferous trees are found over there, and the coniferous trees like pine, deodar, and fir are found over there. At the foothills, at the lower Himalaya ranges, means now the height is very decreased. That is the foothills of the Himalayas. We find mixed forest, both coniferous and decidual type of forest. So it is a mixed forest over here. Both coniferous and deciduous forests are found over here. Sal trees found in plenty in this area. So the major tree found is the sal tree. Now location. These forests are mainly found in the Himalayas in Jammu and Kashmir. So where they are found in the Himalayas, in the Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Arunachal Pradesh. So you can say they are found in the cold region, Himalayan forest. By the name only, you can understand the vegetation found in the forests are found in the cold region. Now you can see in the picture himdari. So the small flowering plants which grow for 2 months, 1 to 2 months, and they bear the flower. After melting the snow, you can see that. Then himdari, here first picture you can see the vegetation is the peaks are covered with the vegetation. Then here near the foothills, you can see there are trees. Trees are grown over there. The major tree is the sal tree. Now we will see the wildlife of Brazil. The wildlife of Brazil is very rich and diverse. Diverse means many different types of animals are found. Animals. In the swampy areas of Pantanal, huge anacondas are found. So in the swampy areas of Pantanal, huge anacondas are found. Guinea pigs, crocodiles, alligators, monkeys, leopards, pumas, golden lion, tamarine, variety of species of insects are also found in Brazil. So many different types of animals we have seen. See here the animals are also pictured in the picture. You can see the animals, anaconda, then the guinea pig, then the crocodile, alligator, puma, then the leopard, golden lion, tamarine. You can see these are the animals found in the Brazil. Then fishes. Which fishes are swordfishes are found in the sea, while pink dolphin and piranhas are found in the rivers. Pink dolphin and piranhas are found in the rivers, and swordfish is mostly found in the sea. Brazil's wildlife. Now see, we have seen the animals, then we have seen the fish, then we will see now birds. Condors, various types of parrots such as macaws, flamingos are the major birds found here. So in the picture you can see these are the birds, they are found in the Brazil. Now you can see in the textbook figure 5.4, name the species shown on the map. Which region are these animals found? Why are these their habitats found in this forest? So the first question is name the species. and in which region these animals are found and why their habitat is found in this forest. Now, see, a habitat is a natural home or environment of a plant or animal or organism. It provides the organism with the basic things, that is the food, water, and shelter, and also give us space to survive. So the amount and disturbance of these elements includes the type of wildlife that can survive in the area. So the amount and the distribution of these elements, that is the food, water, shelter, that includes the type of wildlife found in that area and that can survive in that area. So the condor bird is found in the Andes mountain. They are so heavy that they need help to keep them afloat. So the condor bird is found in the Andes mountains, and they are very heavy. So they need help to keep them afloat. Hence, they prefer to live in windy areas where they can glide on air current with little effort. So in the high mountains, there air is winds are blowing over there. So these are little heavy. So to keep them floating in the air, they prefer to live in the Andes mountains. So there they can glide on the uh, air current with little effort. The golden lion tamarind is a native to the Amazon rainforest of Brazil. They live in humid forest. Now they need the humid climate, so they are in the Amazon rainforest. So squirrels are found in Amazon basin. Dense undergrowth is their preferred habitat. So squirrels are in the Amazon basin. They prefer, means they like the dense forest is dense undergrowth is prefer their habitat. Means they prefer the dense undergrowth. Anaconda lives in the tropical river and swamps, either in the rainforest or grassland. So these anacondas live in the tropical rivers or swampy areas. They are found in the equatorial forest because these forests lie near the Amazon basin. They thrive in the heat, humid, and dense foliage of the forest. So they survive in the heat, humid, and dense foliage of the forest, rainforest. So they prefer to live here. Now, the most of the birds live in the dense undercover of the equatorial forest looking for insects. So when the dense undercover is there, so they can get the insects, fruits, nuts, etc. Hence, the parrot group include cockatoos, parakeets, and macaws. So these type of birds, as they get the insects and fruits over there, so they prefer to live there. They live in the equatorial regions and also have adapted to living in the mountains and tropical grassland. So they live in the equatorial regions also, and also they can adjust themselves to live in the mountains and tropical grasslands also. Now, Pantanal has the largest concentration of crocodiles in the world. So Pantanal is the place where largest concentration of crocodiles, means more more crocodiles. Maximum crocodiles are found over here in the world. The region is the Pantanal. Crocodiles live in the semi-aquatic habitats, including lakes, rivers, and wetlands. So you all know semi-aquatic habitats means also sometime in the water and on the land. So they prefer the wetlands, rivers, and lakes. They eat aquatic animals such as fish, snail, and sometimes snake also. So their food is fish, snake, and also sometimes snake also. All flamingos are found in the tropical and temperate region. They are found in southeastern hot deciduous forests. They like warm and watery regions and enjoy spending time in the shallow lake. So now flamingos, these are the birds which are found in the tropical and temperate region, both the region, and they are found in the hot deciduous forest also, southeastern hot deciduous forest. They like the climate like warm, watery region, and also like to spend their time in shallow lake, swamps, and sandy island mangroves. The swordfish. is found in the tropical and temperate region. They are found in the South Atlantic Ocean, the southern part of Brazil. So this is the fish that is found in the temperate and tropical region in the South Atlantic Ocean and the southern part of the Brazil. Now classify the forest with reference to their extent. With reference to the extent, the equatorial forest covers maximum part of Brazil. Maximum part of Brazil is covered by the equatorial forest. Then these forests are found in Guiana Highlands, then and the Amazon River basin in north and northwest part of Brazil. In the north and northwest part of Brazil. It is followed by the tropical grassland that or savanna. Dominates Brazil's center west. The hot decidual forest covers the southeastern part of Brazil. Castanoga is the smaller part of Brazil is covered by thorny shrubs. It dominates the northeastern part. So it is in the northeastern part. Caatinga you can see here. That is it is covered with the smaller part of Brazil. The Caatinga is the smaller part of the Brazil that is covered by the thorny shrub. The Pantanal dominates the western central part at the south to west corner of the state of Mato Grosso. You can see the Pantanal. Left side, you can see the Pantanal is there. Then the Pampas covers the smallest part of Brazil and lies in the southernmost part of Brazil. The very downside, you can see the orange color there, Pampas. Pampas is there. These are the different types of grassland. The degradation of forest in Brazil. Now the deterioration of health, quality and productivity capacity of forests. They lose their capacity to provide important goods and service to people and nature. Because of the degradation of forest, they are not able to get now. So, and this serves to the people and nature. Service they can provide because of degradation is not possible. Now, what are the causes of degradation now? Illegal smuggling of wild animals, slash and burn agriculture, deforestation, pollution. So these are the causes of degradation of forest. So what smuggling? You all know the illegal smuggling of wild animals, then deforestation, cutting down the trees, then the pollution, different types of pollution. What is the effect of this now? Many many endemic species are on the verge of extinction. So because of degradation, what happens? Many different species of animals, birds, they are on the verge of extinction. They are going to end. Their species is going to end. Now, what is subsistence agriculture? This type of farming is practiced on the a patch of land. A patch of land is cleared by slashing, cutting the trees, and burning them. So you can see in the pictures, a small part is taken, and where the trees are, they are cut down and they are burned. The ashes then mixed with the soil and the crops to increase its fertility and kill unwanted plants and insects. When the soil loses its fertility, the land is abandoned and the cultivators move to new plots. Now see what this type of agriculture is what they cut down a small area of they where the trees are there on this small area they cut down, then they burn fire and the ashes is mixed with the soil so that the crops which grow they will get the fertile soil. And after practicing many times, when the land lose the fertility, then they move to the other part. This type of farming mainly depends on monsoons and natural fertility of soil. Depends upon the rain and natural fertility of soil. Crops are grown as per the stability of the environment condition. Through this technique, the farmer just grow enough to fulfill the needs of his family. The farmer is just doing the farming for fulfilling the need of his family. This type of farming is also called slash and burn agriculture. So it is also known as slash and burn agriculture. Slash and burn agriculture is also known as shifting cultivation. It is also called shifting cultivation. Why? Because it is after some time, after some days, the other plot of land is selected. So their cultivation is shifted. Slash and burn agriculture is also is known by different names in the world. So different names are given to this practice of agriculture. Now we will see the wildlife of India. Like its flora, India is also rich in its fauna. The elephants are the most majestic animals among the mammals. They are found in the hot and humid forests of Assam, West Bengal, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. So you can see the elephant where it is found. It is found in the Assam, West Bengal, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. And the climate is hot and humid forest. They require the hot and humid. One-horned rhinoceros are the other animals which live in swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. The another animal which is found in Assam and West Bengal is the one-horned rhinoceros. It prefers the marshy, swampy and marshy land. So it is found in the swampy and marshy lands of Assam and West Bengal. Arid areas of Run of Kutch and the Thar Desert are the habitats of wild ass and camels respectively. So you can see the wild ass and camels. They are found in the Run of Kutch and the Thar Desert. The Himalayas harbor a hardy range of animals which survive in extreme cold. Rare snow leopards are found here. Ladakh's freezing high altitudes are a home of yak. So these two are found in the Himalayas. This is the snow leopard and this is the yak. Very extreme cold climate is there, so hardly any animal can survive over here. So these two are found there. They only these two animals have adapted themselves to survive in the extreme cold climate. The bison is a native of the deciduous forest region in Maharashtra. Deer, antelope, and monkeys are found in the peninsula region. So deers and antelopes are found in the peninsula region of India, and bison is found in the deciduous forest in Maharashtra. You can see in the picture. India is the only country in the world that has both tiger and lion. The natural habitats of Indian lion is the Gir forest in Gujarat. So India is the only country which is having both the tigers and lions. It is the habitat of both lion and tiger. And the Indian lion is found in the Gir forest in Gujarat. Tigers, national animal of India. Tiger is the national animal of India. Are found in the Sundarbans and deciduous forest of Madhya Pradesh and at the foothills of Himalayas. So tiger is found in the Sundarbans, also the deciduous forest of Madhya Pradesh and foothills of Himalaya. In the rivers, lakes, and coastal areas, turtles, crocodiles, now crocodiles, blunt-nosed mugger it is called, and gharayals, that is long nose, are found. Gharayals are having long nose, and crocodiles that is having the blunt nose. You can see in the picture. So these are found in the rivers and lakes and coastal areas. Now these are the birds: peacock, Indian bustard, kingfisher, pheasant. These are found in the India. These are the birds found in India. Birds' life in India is colorful. Peacock is the national bird of India. Indian bustard, kingfisher, and pheasants. Ducks, parakeets, cranes, and pigeons are some of the birds inhabiting the forest and wetlands of the country. So these are the other birds which are also found in the India. Many species of wildlife are on the verge of extinction from India because of. Also in India, also many species are on the verge of extinction. Now, what are the reason? Poaching means illegal hunting or capturing of wild animals. Pollution. You know what is the pollution? Due to chemical and industrial waste, acid deposit, introduction of alien species means these due to the different pollutions. Also, the wildlife is not able to survive. And rapid occurring deforestation means very rapidly deforestation is taking place. That is a reckless cutting of the forest to bring land under cultivation and inhabitation. Means to bring the bring the forest under cultivation. They are cutting the trees and also for inhabitation also. The government of India has set up number of national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, biosphere reserves for the protection of wildlife and forest in India. So many steps have been taken by the Indian government so that the wildlife is protected from being extinct. A sanctuary is a natural area where wildlife can live in the natural surroundings. So this is the area where wildlife can live in natural surroundings. National park is a sanctuary except here cattle grazing is not allowed. Both the parks and sanctuaries provide the animals with protection and natural environment in which they can thrive. So both park and sanctuaries both give the animal or whatever the wildlife natural environment. They provide the natural environment and also protection from the from being smuggled, from being getting hunting. Some areas which are outstanding in the diversity of their vegetation and their wildlife have been identified as biosphere reserves. Entire ecosystem is protected within these reserves. In some areas are there which are outstanding in diversity of vegetation. Means they are very sufficient vegetation is there, wildlife is there. So they are identified as biosphere reserve. Means no deforestation is done in that area. Vegetation is also good and wildlife is also good. So the entire system is protected within this reserve. In 1973, Protect Tiger was launched to save the tiger population in India. So this project was carried out so that the tiger population would be saved. Several tiger reserves have been set up under this project. Many tigers reserves were set up so that the population of tigers can be saved. In 1991 and 92, Project Elephant was launched to protect the Asiatic elephant. So, in the year 91-92, to protect the elephants, project was developed. Now, cactus, these are the cactus, coffee beans, teak tree, jaguar, anaconda. These are found in the India. In which country do equatorial forest occupy a greater area? What could be the reason behind it? Now, what the question is, in which country do equatorial forests occupy a greater area? So the answer is Brazil. Now, what is the reason behind it? Equatorial forests occur in regions which get plenty of rainfall. So, plenty of rainfall is all over the year, around the year is needed. Since the equator passes through Brazil, the climate in the northern part is hot and humid, and the rainfall is mostly convectional type. And this region has longer duration of bright sunlight. Factors like are suitable for equatorial forest. So as Brazil is passing through the equator, major part of the Brazil is passing through the equator, so it rains throughout the year. Which type of forest found in India are not found in Brazil? So which type of forests are found in India, but they are not found in Brazil? So which forests are those? Those are the Himalayan forests. Which type of forest found in Brazil are found in India too? Means both India and Brazil, both are having those forests. Which are the forests? Evergreen forest, deciduous forest, and thorny shrub forest. These are the forests are found both the countries. In which country a greater diversity of vegetation is found? What is the reason behind it? Now, greater diversity of vegetation is found. The answer is Brazil. And what is the reason? The greater diversity is found in Brazil because latitudinal extent of Brazil is more than India. So, latitude extension of Brazil is more than India. The equator and tropic of Capricorn both passes through it. So, the equator is also passing and tropic of Capricorn both are passing through it. Hence, Brazil experiences tropical as well as temperate type of climate. So, temperate type of and tropical type of both climate is experienced by Brazil. Most part of the Brazil lies under the equatorial rainforest because these regions receive rainfall throughout the year and lot of sunlight. So, lot of sunlight and rainfall is also throughout the year. So, equatorial type of rainforest are found in the most part of Brazil. Now, considering the climate and vegetation type, in which country will forest-based occupation flourish? Now, considering the climate, vegetation, so in among the both countries, or in which country the forest-based occupation will flourish? The answer is Brazil. Now, we will just revise what we have learned. Now, see Brazil vegetation. Brazil major forest. Which are the major forests in Brazil? Equatorial forest, tropical grassland, swampy land, hot deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, temperate grassland. Now, these are the major forest type found in Brazil. Now, reasons for variation in rainfall in Brazil. Reason for variation, that is the physiography. Type of forest in region where it rains throughout the year, that is the evergreen rain. Type of forest in region where it rains throughout the year, evergreen forest of Brazil. Type of forest in regions where it rains during the certain. Now, the type of forest in region where it rains throughout the year, that is the evergreen rainforest of Brazil. Now, the type of forest in region where it rains throughout the certain season. The grasses, short shrubs, thorny vegetation, etc. are found there. Largest number of vegetation species are found in Brazil. Trees found in Brazil, which are pau Brazil, rubber, mahogany, rosewood, and orchids. Rainforest of Brazil. Now, the rainforest of Brazil are known as lungs of the world. Now, we will see the Indian vegetation. Major Indian forest. Indian major forest types are evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, Himalayan forest, coastal forest. The leaves of the trees in evergreen forest are broad and leaves. So in evergreen forest, you can we have already seen the broad leaves are there and they are very green. Type of wood of trees found in evergreen forest are hard, heavy, and durable. Trees having hardwood is heavy and durable. Which are the trees? Mahogany, rosewood, rubber. In regions, the rainfall is between 1000 to 2000. There we find the deciduous forest. The trees found in deciduous forest of India, name the trees, that is the teak, bamboo, banyan, and peepal. Regions having less than 500 millimeter rainfall, there the rainfall is less. So which type of trees are there? Thorny shrubs like vegetation are found over there. Type of plants found in the regions having less than 500 millimeter of rainfall. So less than 500, the Catachu, Akai and Khejri. These type of plants are found there. Cactus, aloe vera and agave. Swampy areas, sachuaries and lagoons. Coastal type of vegetation. So swampy areas and lagoons, these coastal type of vegetation is found there. Coastal type of vegetation is also called as mangroves or sundarban. We have seen the sundarban. The wood quality of coastal vegetation is, how the quality of the wood is of coastal vegetation. They are oily, light and durable. That is the sundari tree is found here, and how the sundari tree is oily, light and durable. Now the type of forest in Indian Himalayas. Now according to the height, we have learned that according to the height of the mountain, the vegetation changes. So highest altitude seasonal flowering trees we have seen, the snow melts and the flowering trees grow there. The medium altitude coniferous trees like pine, deodar, fir are found over here. Then the foothill, including both coniferous and decidual type of forest are found here. Now Brazil wildlife. Swampy areas of the Pantanal, that is anaconda, animals found in Brazil. That is the guinea pigs, crocodile, alligators, monkeys, pumas, leopards, etc. Now, fish varieties in sea, swordfish. Now, fish in rivers, pink dolphin and piranha. Bird varieties, condors, parrots, and flamingos. Now, a bird which is huge in size and can fly high in sky, condor. That is the bird. Name of the bird which is very huge in size and can fly in the sky is the condor. Now, degradation of animals are, what are the reasons? Due to illegal smuggling of wild animals, slash and burn, that agriculture we have seen, then deforestation and pollution. These are some of the reasons. That is because of that degradation of environment is taken place. Now, Indian wildlife. Animals found in hot and humid forest is the elephant. Swampy and marshy lands of Assam, one horned rhinoceros found over there. Now, arid lands, wild ass and camel. Snow-capped region of Himalayas, snow leopards and yaks are found here. Indian bison, deer, monkey, and antelope. The only country in the world where both tigers and lions are found is India. Rivers, sachuaries, and coastal areas, turtles, crocodiles, gaviers are found. Variety of birds in the forest and wetlands: peacock, Indian burst, kingfisher, pheasant, duck, parakeets, cranes, pigeons. Many species of wildlife are on the verge of extinction because of poaching, pollution, and rapid deforestation. Measures for protection of wildlife and forest in India. Setting up of national parks, wild sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves. Now we will see the match the following. Now evergreen forest. Now when you are going to attempt this question, match the following, what you are going to do, you are going to make column A and the answer you are going to write in front of the answer. You don't have to do the cross line, you don't have to match like that, drawing the cross line. So first is evergreen forest is found in the Western Ghats. Then decidual forest, major portion of Madhya Pradesh. Thorny shrubs, they are found in Gujarat. Himalayan forest, Arunachal Pradesh. Coastal forest, that is Sundarban. Now the equatorial forest are found in the Amazon River basin. Grassland forest, Pampas. Swampy land, Pantanal. Hot decidual forest, escarpment. Thorny shrubs, Caatinga. Now identify the odd man out. Forest type of Brazil now. Thorny bush type, evergreen forest. Now you have to find the odd man out among these. That this is the odd man out is the Himalayan forest. Now with reference to India, mangrove forest, Mediterranean forest, thorny bush type vegetation, equatorial forest. The odd man out is, you can see the Devdar, Anjan, orchid and banyan tree. Now among these, with reference to India, the odd man is orchid. Orchids are found in the Brazil. Okay. So we have seen the vegetation, Brazil vegetation. We have seen the major forests are, we'll just revise it: equatorial forest, tropical grasslands, swampy lands, hot deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, and the temperate grassland. These are the forests found in Brazil. And the major forests found in India are evergreen forest, deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, Himalayan forest, and coastal forest. And again, the type of Himalayan forests are according to the latitudes they change, altitude. So highest altitude, seasonal flowers are seen there. Medium altitude, coniferous trees are found there. And near on the foothills, both coniferous and decidual type of forest. So we have learned the wildlife and vegetation of both the countries, that is the Brazil and India. Okay. So we'll stop here. Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I have wind up the lecture.